Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I am right on time. I am here today to do some simple and stepped up stamping with you. So I hope that you are having, whoa, I just knocked you, sorry. I hope you're having a good week. I'm just getting my my computer up where I can see your comments. Hey Barb, I'm glad you're here, and Jackie is here. Welcome, welcome ladies. Make sure okay, there we go. Okay, we are on. And I'm really excited about how well I've been doing with coming to you at the right time. I know that sounds like a simple thing, but I tend to really run behind schedule in all my life. So it's not surprising that I run behind schedule with my Facebook Lives as well, but I've been running right on time. So I was actually even a couple of minutes early today, and I thought, ooh, I don't know. Hey, Susie, I'm glad you're here. Do I dare go on early and just totally freak everybody out? So I kind of tidied up my desk a little bit. I've got a different tripod that I'm working with today, so we'll see. I think it's going to give me a larger view, which is going to be really helpful when I'm using the my Big Boss Stampin' Emboss machine. I'm not using that today, so I don't actually get to try that part out today. But hey, Velma, I'm glad you're here, and Susan is here. Welcome, welcome. Wow, I thought I was up on my computer, and then, I don't know, it's just sometimes, I don't know, I have a love-hate relationship with technology and with social media, as I'm sure you do as well. You know, we love it when it's working for us, and we really get upset when it's not working for us. So, the only thing I need is to be able to hopefully see your comments as we progress, because sometimes people ask questions. I welcome your questions, and hey, now I'm up, and there it is, but it's still, yeah, it's the weirdest thing, it freezes. Okay, we are ready. So, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do this little thing right here. Bear with me just a moment. This allows me, there we go, to be in a way that, so that not everything isn't backwards as I'm filming. So I don't think you want to read the words on my stamp set backwards. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring you down, and we're gonna get going with our stamping here today. Okay, bear with me for just a moment. I think that's all I have to do on this one, but I think it's going to end up being way over here. So let me take just a moment to see where I'm landing, and then I will start stamping. I've got a bunch of cards over here I'm mailing out, and oh, wow, that's way up a lot higher than I'm used to. Okay. Let's bring this down a wee bit so that you don't have to watch me so much. You get more of an angle with what I'm stamping, and you can kind of see where I'm heading today. Well, at least where I'm starting today. I'm starting with showing you my next stamping event, and that is a single-day retreat that I am hosting on a Facebook group. And so it's just like being here on my Facebook Lives, except that we have all day, Saturday the 24th, to spend together. Well, I say all day, from 10 to 4. So let me just show you a couple of the make and takes, because I think it's today or tomorrow is the last day. I extended the registration because I hadn't been totally clear on this. So these are some of the make and takes we're going to be doing. And you can tell that I'm featuring my very favorite Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper. And there's a box for every one of my cards. We're making some note card size, and we're making some mini card size. And the card goes into the box, and then you can put in there, hey Darlene, I'm glad you're here. Then you can put your cards, you can put your gift card in here, you can put a big cookie in here. You know, one of the great things about our boxes from Stampin' Up is they are food safe. So if you wanted to put like an oatmeal cookie in here. If you wanted to put some candy in here, that I mean, candy tends to be individually wrapped, but not so much with baked goods. So anyway, there is a box and a card for every single project that we're doing. And you're also getting some of this ribbon, and I'm using, hey Phyllis, I'm glad you're here. I'm also using this ribbon today, and I'm going to show you how you can have a lot of fun with dyeing that ribbon. So that is the 24th. It's Saturday the 24th. I've got to get those things in the mail on Monday, Tuesday at the very latest, because I send them out priority. And so if you want to spend the 24th with me, and let me show you one more thing. It's so it's I think it's a $59 all-day ticket. You do get a $25 goodie bag. I think it actually is about a $30 goodie bag. So you're going to get the ribbon, you're going to get all these boxes, you're going to get everything for this, and then you're also going to get gems, and I think I put a couple of blends in there too for you. So a lot of cool things with that class. If I say class, it's a single day retreat, so it's on the 24th. Hey Faye, I'm glad you're here. So one other thing I wanted to show you really quick is this stamp set, which you know I absolutely adore. I actually created an add-on class for this stamp set. I will be featuring this class as a separate class as well, but you do get a bit of a price break if you take it with my single day retreat. So this is the bundle that I'm using, but I give you everything that is stamped, not stamped, that's cut out for you. So you can see I'm using these, what do you call them? Not plaid tidings, yikes. Celebration tidings, what do you call them? Labels. So these dies I will be cutting for you. This is a fancy fold card. And with this class, you get, I think it's a half a package of this Feels Like Frost designer paper. This paper actually debuted last year, and I absolutely loved it then. I was delighted when they said we could have it back for one more season, and so I am using the heck out of it. This is one of those photorealistic backgrounds. And what's cool about this paper is it has these photorealistic backgrounds on one side, and then it has these shiny silver foils on the other. So with this class, you do get these blue gems, and you do get a half a package of the, what do you call it? Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. Ooh, I need to do the inside on that one. And you can see sometimes that I'm designing, I don't get all the way to the inside. I love, love, love these cards. And so 5 really different cards that you are going to be making with this suite, or with this, I should say bundle, because it's actually not a suite. So that is an add-on class that you can get with my single day retreat, and I just wanted to highlight that for you. I will be releasing a class only option for my Snow Wonder class. Yes, Marlene said she's looking forward to spending the day with me, and it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to having the day to spend with some of you guys. So that is coming up. Let me just clear this. I can see that now that you have a bigger camera angle, I'm not totally sure I'm going to like this, but we'll see how we get on. Okay, today I am featuring Peaceful Nativity. And there are dies that coordinate with this, but I'm actually not using the dies today. So I've just brought out the stamp set itself, and I just lost my feed on my computer, of course. And although I'm not actually putting it on the outside of my card, I thought I might put one of these sayings on the inside of my card. I think that although these are totally separate sets and they don't technically coordinate, I think that they do coordinate because they are both what's oftentimes termed as religious Christmas stamp sets. To me, they're just the stamp sets that talk about the reason for the season. They give you the opportunity to express your faith during the holidays and really capitalize on the reason for the season, which is the birth of Jesus. And so I might end up using this today. This is the stamp set. So let's see. Okay, now I think I've got you back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a simple version, and then I'm going to do a stepped up version. And this is where I'm going. Lots of neutral designer paper and lots of neutral colors. And so I'm keying in on, I really wanted to go earthy and natural. And I think that this is the paper I'm going to use on both cards, although I also could flip it over on one of them and go that way. And then, oh, I thought maybe I added another piece. Ah, here we go. There's another piece from this set of papers. Now let me show you these papers really quick. This is it's called In Good Taste. And In Good Taste Designer Series paper has all of these. I mean, there's just tons of them. And they're all this very natural looking, either fibers or woods. And I think that they really just, they're very versatile, number one, but I think they're going to go really nicely with what I'm going to do today. So let me get started on a top fold. I decided to go with a top fold today. Top fold, you know, is where we just fold from the top rather than the side, which is, I typically do the side. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this Designer Series paper down right now. And I think I'm going to, my original thought was to go with the wood grain side, and I think I'm just going to keep going with that. And of course, here we go. Come on, Candy, get it right. I was just talking, Darlene is on here with me today. Darlene is my assistant, and we were just talking about this on Wednesday. Oh, she was just here yesterday. That this new seal it just takes a little bit, there's a little bit of a learning curve for sure. And once you get it, it's really delightful. It's super, super strong. Hey, Jill, I'm glad you're with us today. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And then I am going to take one of these. Now, I'll tell you how this card came about. And I haven't actually made the card. I've just kind of messed around with the oval. I opened my very vanilla, what do you call it? Scrap pile. And lo and behold, I found some of these. And I thought, okay, I think that is going to work really nicely today for stamping my Holy Family. And that is where I'm going to go. And like I said, I'm doing all neutrals. So I'm going to actually stamp in Early Espresso. And, you know, I'm anxious to see what you guys think about this different camera angle, because you guys are the ones watching every week. And I want this to, yeah, I guess they're straight. Sometimes I'm stamping upside down. I don't get them totally straight. I want it to be where, that looks awful. Whew. Okay, I need to stamp this right side up. This is why I have it over here. I'm not getting this straight. Hey, Mary, I'm glad you joined us today. Because it's an oval, I think I really do need the extra. And I don't think I'm going to actually put that star in there. I think it's a little bit too much. Okay, so that is all the stamping I'm going to do, except that I am going to put a little rejoice on a small oval. And if you don't have the layering ovals, I really would highly recommend that you put them on your shopping list and add them to your order. Hey, Veronica, I'm glad you're here. No problem with being a little bit late. We're just getting into the stamping part. But I really like, let me just show them to you. I did bring them over here. They're $35 and you get all of these ovals. And what's cool is you get the scalloped ovals as well as the plain ovals. And these oftentimes, I oftentimes use these as a matte layer, as a little frame for my regular ovals. But this time I kept things super simple because Thursdays is where I do simple and then stepped up. So simple can involve dies. I'm actually taking my soft suede now and I'm going to sponge because the Early Espresso is a little bit too dark. And I'm actually just, you can see where I'm sponging off a little bit to make sure that my sponging lines are not going to look like a sponge here or give me like a blotch of color, but I'm just it's like stamping off. You sponge off, and then as you bring it on, then you get a much nicer look for your sponging. And I'm going to do the same thing with my small oval here. And that, I could actually probably just cover the whole thing. So you see where I'm going now. You see how that just really super, super simple. However, I think it looks really nice. So you could make these cards literally in minutes. Now I am going to add a little bit of ribbon, and that's going to elevate it a wee bit, but it's still super simple. And I think I'm going to add this ribbon here. This is from our holiday book, and it is a, maybe I want to bring it down here. I don't know. I haven't actually made this card, so this is what I like to do with you guys. I really do like to just do a little bit of design work with you. I kind of think I like it down there, because if I put it behind this large oval, it gets totally totally hidden. And you know what? Because I've actually already put this down, I'm going to run the ribbon all the way around to the inside of my card. So let me go ahead and put these down with some dimensionals. Like I said, this is super, super simple. If you have, like if you were going to make cards for everybody in your church, or maybe not everybody in your church, but everybody you know in your church, or maybe everybody on your Christmas card list, this is a really quick and easy card to do. And it doesn't take 10 tons of supplies. Okay, so that is going to go there. And this really is what the season is all about. Now I'm going to raise this up on dimensionals. This I'm going to put flat. I do personally really like to have varying heights on my cards, and I think it adds a lot of interest. Now if I had thought ahead, I probably would have brought a little rhinestone to put, I don't know, maybe right up above here or something. Instead of that, that stamp is a little bit large, I think, the what do you call it, the star. So that is where I'm going to go, and then I'm going to bring this right here, and I'm just going to do a simple knot. So let's bring that over here. That should give me about enough to do really just a square knot. If you were a Girl Scout, you learned to do this. And there is a right and wrong side to this ribbon. Not overly, you know, sometimes the wrong side looks really wrong. This doesn't look bad at all, so I think you could honestly go with either one and you wouldn't, you know, you'd be okay. You see that nice smooth knot? That's what I'm wanting. And then I'm just going to trim a little bit here and a little bit here, and there you have it. Super, super simple card, quick, easy, simple. Now, this is where they have this, may his light shine in your heart throughout the year. That's a nice saying. It's a nice greeting, but I really kind of liked some of these over here. And the "Oh Come Let Us Adore Him," or sharing with you the glory, wonder, and miracle of this holy season. I think actually that's the one that I'm going to grab. And I'm still going to just use my, my early espresso ink. And you can see how with this technique of all neutral and really kind of having a kind of a vintagey look on here, that using the early espresso to stamp causes it to be really, really clear and to come out more. The soft suede is softer, and so that's what I've used to do the sponging. Okay, oh, I need to have a very vanilla insert. That would be right here. And let's see how we get on. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, make sure I've got the right color. Make sure I've got the right stamp. Okay, so there we go. And I probably could, let's see if I have an extra block over here. I could grab, instead of the star, I think I'm going to take this little lamb. I think he's awfully cute, and I could put him on the inside of my card. Let's see. And I think this time, just for kind of, again, a little bit of variation, but not a ton, I'm going to take this guy off, put him over here, and I'm going to do that little, he's so cute. But I think that I'm going to, instead of using the soft suede, I think I'm going to use the soft suede and just make him a little bit lighter brown. There he is. Look how sweet. So I'm really happy with that, and I am ready to stick this on the inside of my card. And voila, that is done. And I just smudged it because I put it right down there. That is what you should not do. What I can do to rectify that, because you see I have sponging here, and I should have taken this away after I sponged, and I did not. So what I will do is just take this sponge. You see all the little blotchy marks there? Let me hold this up a little bit higher so you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my sponge, and I'm going to do it like that. And that way it looks like it was supposed to be there. So that's how you make lemonade out of lemons, which I seem to have to do a fair bit of. Okay, so let's see how we're going to step this card up. How are we going to step this up? Okay, let me make sure I don't have any comments I need to answer. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to take the same elements and we're going to make a few changes. Now, like I said, I haven't done this yet. I'm designing as I go with you guys. I think because of that, I might just, you see, I would always want that to be in that direction. So I think I'm probably going to use my original plan of this, but we'll just wait a minute because we're going to change things up a little bit. Now, in order to change things up, I'm going to need to clean my stamp, and I need to clean that really nicely. And Veronica, you like my cover up, huh? Yeah, sometimes you just kind of have to go with it. You have to come up with something that is going to, you have to, I will tell you that when I was here on Tuesday, I finished filming, and then I promptly spilled my iced tea just a wee bit, and it was right on the top of the card here, so I had to actually stamp that part over again to take a picture of the card, which was a little annoying. But it served me right. I have a policy of no open containers, and I violated my own policy. So, and for those of you who were here on Tuesday and you saw that I was talking about my sweet little Welsh Corgi Roscoe, and he had like a little, almost like a wound on his hip, where it was just bothering him to where he had been itching it like crazy and had just chewed it raw, chewed the fur off. I knew we had to get him into the vet. And it was, as Jess said, it was indeed a hot spot. So I don't know if Jess, I haven't seen Jess on here yet today. So you can probably tell that I am embossing this. We're going to gold emboss the Holy Family and see how this is going to be my stepped up version of this card. So let's just see how we get on. Did not even use my embossing buddy because I was talking. So they were able to see Roscoe pretty quickly and got him on some antibiotics and some steroids. So he is feeling so much better. And you know, I had kind of thought that maybe he had an infection because his paw, when I was looking, or his leg really, when I was looking at it, picking it up to kind of look at it, it felt warm to the touch. And I thought, oh, that's a sign of infection. Terry Lynn, yes, Jesus is the reason for the season. Ask Pastor Buddy. Exactly, that's my husband. Okay, so here we go with the Stampin' Up! Heat tool. I am going to bring it all the way up to level 2. That is what you do when you are heat embossing most things. Level 1 is for heat embossing on vellum. And actually, this Holy Family on vellum would probably be gorgeous. And I'm just going to hold it there until I see that gold start to really sparkle. And that is coming along very nicely. Boom, done. That quick. You know, heat embossing is really quick and it has such a wow factor. I especially love heat embossing for the holidays. It's just, there's nothing quite like heat embossing to put on a Christmas card. And oh yeah, there's a little bit of a, well, you know what? We're going to put some sponging around there. Now there is my original wood grain. We could go with the kind of tapestry fabric. We could go with this burlap kind of, well, not burlap, it's kind of a canvasy. We could go with the bricks, but I think personally, I still like the dark wood grain. So that's where I'm going to probably go. I will wait for your input there. And while I'm waiting for your input, I'm going to do a little bit of sponging with the soft suede. So let's see how we can transform this. And I know I just dipped my finger into the ink pad, and I'm going to put this on standby so that when I finish sponging, I don't end up mucking up the inside like I just did on the other card. So I am going to add lots of sponging to this one, and this one I could even bring it all the way in a little bit more to where I'm just sponging. You know what? I'm going to sponge the whole thing. We're going to make the whole thing look really, really aged. Now, I may not like that when I'm done. We'll see. I could redo it. That definitely brought it down a lot. It's a lot more subtle that way. And the baby announcement, Susie, tell me what you're referring to here. Oh, you mean, yeah, rejoicing about the birth of Christ for a Christmas card. Yeah, I think it's a really nice Christmas card. Okay, Jill's weighing in. Yeah, I think the wood grain is definitely going to be the best call there, and Paulina has joined us. So what are we thinking? Do we like this with all that sponging on there? Are we okay? I think we're okay still. Let's see. I'm going to do the Rejoice in the dark early espresso, and I think I might have done too much of a good thing with my, I think I got carried away with my sponging. And that's why I cut more than one. This is the smallest of the ovals, and it just fits the Rejoice, but you do have to get it right in there perfect. That's where I think I'm going to go. And let me show you, before we decide whether I'm going to redo this gold on here, let me show you what I was thinking we would do here. Here we go. Now, this is the ribbon that I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and put this down because that we've made a decision on. And although these other patterns are really nice, I think just because I'm on the early espresso background, that I think that is going to be the best bet. I wanted there to be not a lot of contrast here, so that the contrast can be here. So, a little wink of Stella on the characters. I like that, Mary. Let's see, and I've got one right here. Let's see if we can highlight baby Jesus with wink of Stella. That was really a good call. And let's see. maybe we'll just, I mean, it's really subtle when you do, you know what? I think I'm going to do Jesus and like the manger with Wink of Stella. And let's see if maybe that will be enough of a, it's really subtle. If that will give us a little bit of the, of contrast there. Let's see. Terry Lynn, you like the clipboard, the hold me technique. Definitely going to incorporate this in your life. Yeah, you know what? That's a great call, Terry Lynn. Terry Lynn has some challenges with controlling one of her arms. And so being able, when you turn on that heat tool, there's a lot of air blowing. So this allows you, now I will tell you, you have to be kind of careful that you don't end up getting like a mark there. So I usually just put it on the very end, because sometimes depending on your paper, you can end up, this is cushioned, but even with the cushion, sometimes you'll end up with a little bit of like a mark there. So, and Betty, you covered yours with foil. Now that's interesting because it seems like it would make it even hotter. This is just designer paper, and it, you know, I've had it on here for a long time. It seems like that would make it hotter, but I would be interested to learn a little bit more about that technique. Okay, what I'm looking for is my gold-edged ribbon. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where? Oh, it's right in front of me. So I have a couple of choices here. I can just put the ribbon on like so. Ooh, this needs to be sponged. I do have a couple of other things that I was thinking to do with this. So let's just look at that for a minute. I think I do need to do this so that the ink on my fingers does not get in places I don't want it to be, like on my Very Vanilla ribbon or my Very Vanilla cardstock that's going to go on the inside. So let me show you what I was thinking of doing. You can help me decide. This is sponged, so let's turn it over. We have some clean area. One of the things I was thinking is I could, let me just snip a piece to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. I could color my ribbon with soft suede. I do like to color it with the brush tip of my blend. And this, instead of having such a high contrast, you see how that gives me a much lighter contrast. So I could go with that. I'm not sure I like this gold embossing. I usually like gold embossing. It almost, it's like it's too soft. And so I think that I'm going to not go with that. I think what I'm going to do is change up the ribbon on this card and maybe add a little bit of bling. I think I'm going to go back to my original. Not something I typically do, and I think I can just go to, no. You know, one thing that happens on, do I have an extra one? I'll just use the back of this one. One of the things that happens on your die cuts is that there's a little tiny bit of a difference between the front and the back. Okay. Let's make some more lemonade out of these lemons. My idea has not come to fruition the way I had planned it. Sometimes it's a way in your head and it's not that way when you go to apply it. So what I'm looking for is an opinion on whether I should go with the brown ribbon or whether I should go with the vanilla ribbon. I think the brown is gives you a little bit more contrast, but I do like them both. Woo! Knock everything on the floor today. I'm going to have to get that because that is my blend. If we decide to color this ribbon, let's see. You know, maybe it's just that I sponged it too much. Let me try doing it one more time and doing it with the gold emboss. Okay, I'm getting a positive input on the, oh, that's an idea, using a lighter colored cardstock with this guy here. Oh, I've already stuck that down. Or even, let's see what we can do here without me going off camera and getting 10 tons of stuff. This is supposed to be my simple and stepped up. The plans that I make in my head that don't totally become what I intended them. Okay, let's go ahead and you like the colored ribbon. Now that would be interesting to do old olive on the ribbon. I could try that, Terry Lynn. Unfortunately, my blends are on the other side of the room, and I'm trying to be professional here. I'm trying to not leave the camera, leave you guys while I go fetch things. I try to think of everything before I start these lives, although invariably I end up going off camera for something. So let's just see what we're gonna like here. Here's the gold embossing powder. You do have to make sure that you've covered your image really well, and then you just heat it up, and you see how quickly that comes together. So I've got my heat tool on. Didn't use my embossing buddy, so we shall see how we get on here. And probably should pay attention to what I'm doing. I've lost my feed again on my computer, so I can't see if you guys are talking to me. I think I better watch what I'm doing with this. I think that honestly, if I had either sponged the Holy Family or the edges, I would have been okay. I think I just got too much of a good thing. Let's see how we get on now. Can I see the feed again? Come on, Facebook. Come on, Facebook. Okay, so let's pull this away. And let's do this. Now, I will say one other thing I hadn't even thought of until just now. We could even do one with no sponging. So maybe we would just have the gold look here and a different look entirely. So let's see if, I gotta watch the time because I'm doing training at 3 o'clock. My team is the Southern Sweet Stampers. We have a lot of fun. And I have girls on my team. I call them girls. You know, I'm in my 60s. I don't know. Some of them are older than me. A lot of them are younger than me. To me, they're just girls. But they're women. But you know what I mean. But we do have a free separate group called Stamp, Build, Grow. And it is for any of my team members that want to grow their business in any way. And you know, whether they just want to earn enough to craft for free, or whether they want to try to really earn an income to help support their family or themselves, whether they want to like put money into a retirement account, make their car payment, earn the incentive trip. There's so many fun things you can do when you're earning money through Stampin' Up. So our separate group is called Stamp, Build, Grow, and it is a collaboration between me and 3 other high achieving demonstrators. We're all trip achievers and we're all global 100 achievers, and we keep that group, we rotate training. And it's my week this week to train. And so I am going to be talking about why we do what we do and how important knowing why we're doing what we're doing is. Because if we know why we're doing what we're doing, it brings everything else into focus. So I've got to be over there at 3 o'clock. And so that means I gotta be finished here. See how that is just getting a little bit everywhere. I'm kind of liking this better, ladies. I don't know what you're thinking about this, and that is definitely going to be too much if I don't color this. So let's bring this and let's color this ribbon and see if we can't make something very different so that our stepping up, see how much better that is than that? It's just like it totally obliterates it. So let's maybe just not even sponge on this one. Okay. And you know, the great thing about this is this colors both sides of your ribbon simultaneously. And because our blends are alcohol markers, this dries in seconds. I mean, it's really, really quick. So let's see. And you could see that you definitely want to have something underneath you to absorb that ink. And that is true even when you're coloring on cardstock. You want to make sure that your table or whatever underneath you is protected because your blends can bleed through. They will bleed through actually. And sometimes they will actually end up marring your table or whatever's underneath you. So you do need to be mindful when you're using the blends to put something underneath you. So let's just flip this over and flip this over. And let's see if I can get back to, can't see my, it won't give me, I don't know why. Facebook and me are sometimes friends and sometimes we are enemies. At least that's the way it feels. Okay, Holy Family we are done with. I think I'm gonna probably put my little sheep on the inside again. So now let's see, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. Do we think I think I'd better leave well enough alone and not sponge it. I think I need to just leave it crisp and vanilla and let's see. Yes, Terry Lynn, you said join my team. It's an awesome group of ladies. I agree. I think everybody should be on my team. But I just love my ladies and I love our team and all the cool things that we do. Okay, let's see. That dimensional got stuck. Let's see if we can, you see, that's what's on the back. That's the beauty. Even on this very vanilla cardstock, I mean, you think about that. That is early espresso, and I'm still able to use that little vanilla oval. Now, you may think I'm putting a ton of dimensionals on here, which I tend to like a fair bit of dimensionals anyway, but one of the other reasons is that when you die cut your cardstock, there's definitely a right side and a wrong side, and I had to end up using the wrong side. So it wants to kind of curl the opposite direction, and I need it to curl this direction. Ooh. Okay, let's see. There we go. You know, I just wonder if I could put a little bit of Wink of Stella. I know I need to leave it alone, don't I? But I think I am going to just do a little Wink of Stella. Now you see it shows up for the baby. So I put the swaddling clothes and the manger with a little Wink of Stella. It's very delicate. You can hardly see it, but in person it shows up a little bit more. Using the ribbon, breast cancer ribbon, look, secured with the Rejoice label. Now there you go. So you're saying what I should do is put the ribbon under here and put the label on top. One other thing I forgot to mention, when you put the ink on this ribbon, it becomes a lot stiffer. And so it has a lot of nice body. Ooh, that's kind of nice, Terry Lynn. What do we think? Should we do like that instead of like that? I think that's a really good call. And I think I'm not sure I even need, well, maybe I do, a little knot on the side there. So let's go ahead and bring this like so. Don't use the sponge, just outline the outer edge. Oh no, that would have been good. Unfortunately, I've already stuck it down now, so.
that would have been good just to do the very edge, just to give it a tiny bit of definition. And truth be told, if I had thought about it, and I don't have all my stuff in front of me, I probably would have taken a gold foil frame around here with the scalloped oval. Would have probably been just the perfect touch. So I think there, and I think there, and I think then we are done. So what I'm going to do, again, I could put this up on dimensionals. Yeah, maybe I will, because of that ribbon there. So I'm doing very, you can tell, I like this kind of stream of consciousness designing, where I just get to talk to you guys as I'm designing. And I think I see Velma making a point that I wanted to share with you, which is a really good thing. And that is, yes, sometimes you look at an image like this and you think, well, I'm going to have to color the whole thing. And I would beg to differ with you, because I think that oftentimes these are like almost like a pen and ink drawing, and that highlighting the drawing, the artwork itself, and not adding color. It's almost like the difference between black and white photography and color photography. When you have black and white photography, to me, it really, really highlights and celebrates all of the structure, like a person's bone structure. I love black and white photography. You can see the bone structure of the person. You can see that kind of the outlines of like a men's suit or something. And when you add color, it just adds so much more for your eye to look at. And so I think this is a little bit like the difference between color photography and black and white photography. When you have stamped images like this that are very, very, this is not going to sit down here right, that are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very intricate, very detailed. I think that we end up getting a better look. Do we want that dark? I think the dark might look better. I don't know. Maybe I like the light, but I'm running out of ovals, which means what I could do, it was sitting up on top of here and it wasn't staying put, which was bothering me. So let me put a mini glue dot underneath here. And I've totally mucked up my oval. So let's see. These were supposed to be quick cards today, and I've kind of taken a bit longer than I intended. Okay, there we go. Now I think what I could do is I could just stamp it and flag it. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, Veronica, I'm glad you would dare to stamp without color. That's a really good way of putting it. And I think as well, one of the reasons that sometimes we avoid stamp sets like this is we think, I gotta color all that in. I mean, personally, I like to color, but I'm gonna color one card. If I need to make 50 cards, I'm not gonna color 50 cards. So this is a way to take really beautiful artwork and celebrate the artwork much more like a pen and ink style drawing, which I think really this is what this is in my view. So let's finish this up here because I need to finish. And where is my Rejoice stamp? Where did it go? I had it. There's this guy. You guys are probably saying, it's right in front of you. But I'm not seeing it for some reason. You know what? I think did I take it off to put this on? Yep, I put it away. Lo and behold, I thought I was done with it. Ha! Andy put something away. Amazing. Okay, so let's do this. Let's stamp this right here. I do like the soft suede here. It's a bit softer, and I think it's a better fit. So let's just flag this guy right here. Get the little. Okay, there we go. And let's put that, actually, I think that's going to actually end up looking better than the oval did as well. So the only thing I need to do is nip, there's a little bit of cardstock that's going to bother me. There we go. Need it to be neat. Okay, and this time I'm just going to stick it directly to the ribbon. And then, because you see my my dimensionals were causing it to rock a little bit, and I didn't, that was what was bugging me. So now I can just put this right here. So this is simple and stepped up. And you know what's interesting about this is I actually kind of almost stepped down the label in the sense that I didn't use a die for it. But I stepped it up by using gold embossing. I also took and I dyed my ribbon. So that is my my stepping up. And Faye, I'm glad that you're inspired, that you've gotten the stamp set and you're inspired to work with it. So that makes my heart super happy. So let's go ahead and do our insides for this card. And I'm going to just keep my soft suede ink here because that is going to work for my little lamb for the inside. And I think this time I'm going to put him down in this corner. We can decide which one we like better. And here is my Glory, Wonder, and Miracle stamp for the inside. And again, I used the soft suede, which is definitely softer and lighter. And I'll show you the side-by-side comparison so you can decide. I honestly, to me, soft suede is the best brown for any kind of sponging as far as making something look antique, making it look vintage, making it look aged. Soft suede is the best. Off my notifications on my phone. So there we have, and again, I can't see, it's not showing me. So hopefully, yes, we can see. So here we have side by side, simple, let's go simple and stepped up. Really similar, this is more of an earthy look. This is a little bit more of an elegant look with the same stamp set. On the inside, I did bring the sponging, not by choice, but because I mucked this up. And I did use the early espresso here and early espresso on all the stamping here. On this card, because I was using the gold, I used the soft suede, which is a little bit softer and more in keeping with the gold. And so I used the soft suede here as well. So you see the difference. This one is, now I use soft suede on both the little lambs, but this one is darker, this one is lighter. Not a huge difference, but it is there. So you like the flag rejoice? Yeah, I think so too. I wouldn't have thought. But Terry, I appreciate Terry was the one who weighed in and said, let's put the label directly on the ribbon. And I like that. So that is simple and stepped up stamping for today. Let me see if I can say goodbye to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's see, Veronica is saying that your internet is not working well. Okay, well, I appreciate you joining us. And I will also tell you, really quick before I sign off today, I always tell you that when you share my videos, you go into a drawing and I give away a free stamp set each month. I'm having a real hard time going in and finding who has shared because I think it has to do with whether or not you have a lot of privacy settings on your Facebook. So it'll tell me that, 8 people shared, but I can't see the names. So I think what I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to give you a hashtag for the month, and then each time you share a video, you can do a hashtag because that's going to help me search. I don't know any other way to do it because I do like to give away stamp sets, and I actually did a drawing for my cards for today and for earlier this week as well. So I will share those. I'm on my training in 5 minutes, so give me 5 minutes to do that and about 30 minutes to train, and then I will be back here with a little bit of tidying up and some admin. So please share my video. It helps me so much. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm, for all things stamping, for your input. I loved that we were able to take something really simple today. I mean, super simple, with just like one ink color, 2 ink colors if you wanted to go with the 2 different shades of brown, and I think a really special faith-based Christmas card, because Jesus is the reason for the season. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you here Tuesday for more stamping fun. Take care and God bless.